you two are awesome. You show up. You're the most fun. You clearly love each other.
I do love
And what
this
I love
one.
about this is that your relationship on screen is so close. It's amazing mentor-mentee relationship. And I don't even have to ask the question because clearly off screen, you guys had a really special relationship as well. Tell me what it was like.
After you said that,
I mean, this guy is incredible. I think, it's funny. It's like, before I started working on this, I was already a fan of his work. I used to do that thing, in like certain networks, you can type in someone's name to watch their stuff. Sterling K. Brown, new movies, what have they done? And then I see him on screen for the chemistry read. Like, it was a gift. Like, I think just meeting someone who leads with love and grace and like just the level of energy and positivity you bring to a set. Look at you bring to a set. It's just like I was so blessed, and it was just a gift. Like even now, it's surreal. It's surreal.
I recognize this young man as a kindred spirit almost immediately.
No.
Like the generosity that he has. He's number one on the call sheet. What's the name of the show?
Oh, don't do this.
What's the name of the show?
It's called Washington
It's called
Black.
Washington Black. Bada bing, that's
It's
him
me,
right
it's
here.
me.
But like Ernest would like, it's almost like there's a delightful naivete with sort of being in place, and he didn't know any better other than to treat everybody like a fully fledged human being. Right? Which is the way that it should always be. You didn't have to teach him that. He just treats people with respect and kindness and generosity, and he stays present with you until they're like, Ernest, you gotta go to set. You're like, oh, sorry about that. And then he's on his way. But like he's a beautiful soul, and the character is a beautiful soul, right? It's a story about a young man who really just needed the opportunity. And once he got the opportunity, he was able to make the most of it. And I think it's a perfect synchronicity of actor and character.
Oof.
Just needed the
I
opportunity.
couldn't have put. Wow, that's incredible.
That's you.
That's
You.
No, yeah.
I'm a reflection of your life, bro. Come on,
No.
shine.
Nah.
Shine. He shine.
Hearing Sterling say this, the man that you used to type in to find all of his shows, now saying such kind, amazing things about you. What is that like?
I mean, you see me. No, I mean it's incredible. I think it's also because, like, I know the kind of person Sterling is and the kind of people, like, he surrounds himself with, and so I guess for him, as lovely and graceful as he is, for him to say that about me, it's like, okay, it must be true then, because this is someone who carries himself in a certain way, someone who is like, I don't know, just like a whole completed person. I don't know, complete person. Yeah, it feels amazing. It feels amazing.
And Sterling, did you learn anything from Ernest Kingsley?
You know what? I don't know if I learned anything per se, but I sort of re-experienced what a joy it is to do what I do for a living. You know, because I was seeing someone who, like, so he would be so transparent and so real. Like, sometimes was nervous, sometimes felt really good, but shared all of that with me and with everybody around him, and allowed himself to be buoyed by the energy of the people that surrounded him. He didn't try to do it by himself. He didn't try to fake it until he made it. Like, he's like, this is where I am, and I'm gonna bring my authentic self to what's happening in this moment. And I think you never really catch Ernest acting. He's always being. And that's the highest compliment that I can give to anybody in terms of performance.
You know, right in your diary.
Give me a second. That's crazy.
Well, it's really special. And I think that's what's so great about this show is that, yes, the story's wonderful, but you can really feel it's so much love on set and on screen. And so let's talk about Washington Black, the main character.
Yeah.
What's really fun about this story is that it's this action adventure story with also these really big themes. And you know, set in the 1800s, but these major themes of community and identity and finding yourself and questioning the world, it feels relevant to today.
Absolutely.
Was that important? What was that like?
No, 100%. I mean, I think that thing of identity as well is so important. I think you have so many characters like Wash, you know, who's trying to find himself and recreate his world and be who he wants to be, as opposed to like who the world tells him to. And you see that with so many other characters, with Medwin, with Tanner, with Billy, you know. And I feel like, just in the world now, in society today, you see so many people who are struggling with that tension of who they want to be, what they want to do, and who the world tells them they should be. All the reason that like making the show so like relevant for today, you know, I think it's important.
I would also just add, like, what does it mean to be truly free? You know, like even when you are free, sometimes you're confined by your own limiting beliefs, thoughts, etc., that sort of keep yourself in a box. And what I love about Wash is like, he just really needed this opportunity. Like, he was always a creator. He always engaged in his imagination. He always saw the world as being something bigger. He was a dreamer. And just the power of dreams to transcend current circumstances, right? And as a lot of people across the world, in our country in particular, are dealing with some circumstances which are really unfortunate, keep dreaming. Keep dreaming. It's powerful. It's an act of protest.
And you see how his dreams really shape then this journey that he goes on. Because in many ways, the entire show is this amazing coming of age story. And it starts with the young boy who is a slave in the beginning. And I'm not sure if we've ever really seen a coming of age story where the main character is a slave.
Come on, Mac. This is what drew me to this story that Essie wrote. It is a coming of age story. And you start in these awful circumstances, right? But then you wind up going on this globe-trotting adventure. And I don't want to give too much of it away, but like there's like a sci-fi component to it, like the steampunk component to it, but like the power of imagination that exists within this young man to take himself to another world. Like even his mom and they have this moment, it's like, just close your eyes and dream for a second. But you can't dream for too long because sometimes it's a little dangerous to do that. But to dare to find a world where he could dream and not have to put any limitations on that was gorgeous. In the book, I'm gonna tell you like straight up what made me want to do it. There's a moment when the character goes to Iceland when he's still a young man, and he's just like in the snow. And I saw this little black boy in Iceland, and I was like, I've never seen that before. I've never seen a little black boy free in Iceland before. I was like, I want to make that show. I want to put that image in front of the world. I think it's a powerful image. That was the one that I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this for sure.
Did you think of your kids?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, I think the power of media, the power of exposure has a way of transcending the world. Whether it's books, whether it's media, whether it's news, whether it's travel. Like, once you see it, it becomes easier for you to imagine it as being a part of your own life. So I never tried to downplay what it is that we do, because what we put into the world has reverberations. You know, you can drop that, what's it, the butterfly?
Butterfly effect,
Little wings?
yeah.
Stuff trickles out.
100%.
Yeah.
How did you feel representing that character? We just talk about what it means. That could be a lot of weight on your shoulders.
Yeah, I mean, weight for sure, but it was
Strong shoulder.
strong
young
He
man.
works out.
I mean, it was an honor and a privilege. Like, I think it was like you said, you know, what you put into the world, these things reverberate to those watching, those young people watching as well. And it's like you have a story of someone who perseveres and carries himself with so much hope and faith and love, you know. And I guess that was more of what I needed in my life at the time, you know. And so, yeah, there was a weight, but also it was like a gift. It was like, oh my gosh, I get to play this role that can have this impact on so many people, that has this mind of creativity and just intelligence that can, you know, you see something in your mind, and therefore it's evidence that it's possible. Like that's a gift.
Yeah.
That's a gift.
You know, Sterling, you mentioned that word representation.
Yeah.
And I agree, you know, what you put on camera matters so much. But what I also loved learning is that, correct me if I'm wrong, but in this series, it seems like almost all of the showrunners, executive producers, many, if not most, are all people of color. So it's not just in front of the camera, but it's behind the camera too, that it feels like there's this really strong representation.
It's beautiful. To our showrunners, Kim and Selwyn, myself, what I also really loved about it too is that there's a sort of multinational nature to it, and to the story as well. Like, you have Black Americans, you have folks from the islands, you have folks from the continent, what have you. And I love to be able to put all of that beautiful Blackness in one sort of soup together. Because oftentimes we function in such a way where we see ourselves as separate and distinct. And anytime we can see ourselves collectively working together for a common cause or whatnot, I think that's powerful in and of itself as well.
Even the community, we filmed in like Canada, in Nova Scotia, and where we were, it was in a town called Halifax, and we got introduced to like the community,
The A&S community.
Oh my goodness, I've never seen such a tight knitted black, I think they're called
Afro-Nova Scotians.
Afro-Nova Scotians. So tight knitted, so close. Like it was like I felt like I was instantly brought into that community.
Yes.
Like it was second to none. It was second to none.
And that's interesting too, because watching the show, in some ways there's a mini history lesson in there. I'm not sure how many people are familiar with Halifax.
Go.
No, you know. I was gonna say they've been there for like nearly 7 generations.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to say, really.
We had a wonderful time. Did you go to the museum when we did like the
Africa? I didn't.
We went to like the African Nova Scotian History Museum there. We had like a small sort of reach back to the community. Powerful community. And so it reminded me because you hear the accent up there. There's an accent. And it's very specific. Yeah. And it reminded me, I spent 6 years doing a TV show in the States called Army Wives of Charleston, South Carolina, which has a Gullah accent as well. And a lot of, over 50% or near 50% of all slaves that came into the United States came through this port, Sullivan's Island in Charleston, South Carolina. And so you can see like the migration northwards. And when I heard the Afro-Nova Scotian accent, I was like, they sound like they're from South Carolina.
Really?
Amazing. It's amazing.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
It's a way of almost learning about history
Absolutely.
that you didn't know, but in light of a TV show. It's
Yeah.
And you mentioned, Sterling, too, that idea of, your emotion, not mine, the melting pot of so many different communities coming together. And I think another interesting theme in the show is this theme of family. And what does family mean? And if you tragically are taken from your family, how do you make new family members? And how do you look after that community that's now become your family?
Yeah, that's a great. I was just talking to my wife about this the other day and how just in modern Western civilization, we've become much more sort of individualistically focused rather than clan focused. We live in Los Angeles, but our families are in St. Louis and other parts of the country. So found family is as important sometimes, if not even more so, than blood family, because they're the people that you're interacting with on a daily basis. I need somebody to pick my kids up from school, etc. So like what we're able to create, what Medwin is attempting to do up in Halifax or whatnot, in terms of creating a community of people that are looking out for each other, is really, really powerful and something that we still continue on today.
Well, that was going to be my next question. Is if you look at what Medwin's doing and what it means for that community, do we need more of that today?
Yes.
This idea of found family and actually looking out for one another?
I will say this, there is a scary tendency as far as I'm concerned in the world today towards nationalism over globalism, right? Which is like your country first. And I'm not saying you're not supposed to take care of your country, great. But don't be myopic, right? Like who your brothers are. This is a global society in which we live. We can connect with each other, like this instantly. I hit up the WhatsApp and I get Ernest and we live thousands of miles apart. So the idea of me acting like he's separate and distinct from me is almost antiquated, right? It's a global society. We need to look out for each other as a collective. That's my little soapbox and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, that's perfectly said. I don't even want to add to that. No, because that was incredible. I think, there's one line, someone says in the show, it's like, I take your face with me. And it's just like, I think that's the power of community and the power of doing what you said, to be honest. Like, you have these people who leave an imprint on you, and so much so you get to take them with you wherever you go. And the power and the strength that brings you, like, the amount of people and figures that Wash meets on his journey, so many people, so many amazing and brave people that have an impact on his life, the way he lives it. And he takes them with him, Same with Medwin, like so many people he's met, he takes them with him, and that has an impact on how he treats others and how he has a desire to make a community. I just think it's really cool.
Amen.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Sterling, I know in this series as well, you're not just a face of it. You're also one of the producers.
Yeah.
And I read somewhere that you were a very involved producer that would get comments, that even went over some budgets? Is that true? Because I feel like having to deal with finance is something I would avoid.
Very little. I try to stick to the
avoid
creative
as
as much as possible, but a little bit.
I'm just on the field, man. I'm just doing acting.
You're
I'm
just out there.
I'm just out there on the field.
How do you like producing?
There's things that I love about it. There's other things that I'm like, oh, okay. I don't like that one as much. I love working with actors. And I love sort of helping to create an environment in which people are happy to be there. The days are long, and they can be very arduous, and much more so if you're like, man, I gotta go do this, instead of like, I get to go do this, right? And so I try to help stimulate an environment where everybody is excited and just gleeful to be in the space to help tell the story, right? I think Sel and Kim have great words, and they gave us a great story and a great sort of blueprint to sort of follow.
Yeah.
And I think that helps tremendously in and of itself. But every once in a while, just like, if you see somebody struggling with something, if you can give them a word or thought of encouragement, etc., like it can go a long way. So I just try to be that dude.
He exactly was that dude. Sorry, I just want to add. Like, I think also just, not even just the words, just the presence. Like, I'd be on set, I see Sterling, oh, cool. Oh, okay. But obviously the set, life was already great, but it's made even better when you see someone who's, wearing both hats. And also I feel like what Sterling brings, obviously I'm not behind the scene, I'm not behind the camera, but like, I think it's consideration. I feel like you bring consideration to that kind of producing lifestyle, as maybe ignorant as I may be, but I just feel like it's, I can just see the way you govern yourself, you're considering people and people's well-being.
Thank you.
And I feel like that's a big part of producing, I would say.
Thank you, man.
It's okay.
I feel like a big boy. Thank you.
Saying nice things about you too.
I can say nice things about you too.
I love it. Oh, man.
Well, it was a really ambitious project to take on as a producer as well. You mentioned a lot of the adventure. We can give away, I think, some of the locations, can't we? The Arctic.
Yeah.
You were in the Arctic, Americas, Europe.
Yep.
Yeah.
You went all over
We
the
go all
world.
around. We go to Africa a little bit.
Yeah,
we did. Yeah.
Now, how was it to actually plan the scope of this, both as a producer and as an actor, being in all those different locations?
It's massive. I want to ask you this question first because, like, we block shot. And so I'm curious for you in terms of like being able to follow the storyline and having like 9 episodes that we shrunk down or whatnot. How hard was it to just like be able to track your emotional journey throughout the whole thing?
Oh yeah, it was go time. It was go time. I had to look the scripts, different colors, and I had to mark. All right, cool. What has happened before?
Yep.
What's happened? Because it was like we weren't shooting in order,
Right.
and we were jumping to all these amazing, places and locations. So I was like, had the scripts, had the episodes. And we're just marking each of them, each episode. Okay, what's happened before?
Yeah.
What's this? Who's that? Who's what? And then going from there. But
It's Herculean.
It was
It's big.
Herculean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it
like
was
that?
Herculean. I do like that.
Thank you very
Herculean.
much.
It was Herculean. It was Herculean.
I would say, like, so we shot different places for these places. We went to Iceland for the Arctic. We actually got a chance to shoot Nova Scotia for Nova Scotia, which was really awesome. We were down in Mexico for Morocco and Barbados.
Yeah.
But then I was also coming right off of This Is Us.
Yeah, you
So
were.
we had to start shooting before I finished the show in order to make the timeline that we wanted to be able to do it. So it was crazy. Just sort of like coordinating with Sel, hearing about all the location scouts. I have a wonderful person who helps me out. Shout out to Abby Victor, who was sort of my eyes and ears and was able to help me through this whole process. But it's a lot of delegation and a lot of trust, because I think you can be the kind of producer that feels like they have to have their hand in every single part. And I feel like I try to be as involved as possible, but you also just try to hire good people that you trust and empower them to do the job that they need to do.
Yes.
Still a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
You mentioned This Is Us. You're busy. You're producing, you're acting. You
Yeah.
have a second season of Paradise coming out.
We do. We
First
do.
Oscar nom this year.
I
The
love
list
this
keeps
guy.
going and going.
Yeah.
Can I ask, how do you do it all? You have 2 kids, a wife. I mean, come on.
one day at a time.
Yeah.
One day at a time. That's what you just did.
I truly, one day at a time, I try to meditate. I try to stay in a space of gratitude, right? Other than like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I have to do. And I was like, no, I'm blessed. And in a time in which the industry has contracted immensely, to be busy is indeed a blessing, right? So I thank God every day that I get a chance to show up to work, right? But it's one day at a time. I check in with my kids. I thank God for FaceTime so they can see daddy's face and I can see their face on a daily basis. Because it does feel like you're sort of just like doing this juggling act or whatnot. You're just trying to keep all balls up in the air. And then sometimes you just kind of have to like, all right, relax for a second. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to fall. They're still in your hands.
Yeah.
And then when it's time to juggle again, you start doing it. Yeah.
Can I ask you about Paradise just a little bit?
Yeah, what do you wanna know?
I recently binged it.
Yeah.
And
I can tell you whatever you want to know.
whatever I want to know. What happens next?
Okay. Season 2 will be in 2026. It's going to be great. We have Shailene Woodley, who's going to be a part of the cast. She is, dude, you would love her. She's absolutely wonderful. You're going to see what life has been like outside of the bunker, right? At the end of the season, you see Xavier going off to find his wife. Will he find his wife? Will he not find his wife?
I hope he does.
I'm hopeful. I'm gonna cross my fingers and wish for the best,
make that happen?
but I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Fair enough.
Even as a producer, I'm still like I want to be surprised.
Yeah.
You'll see old faces and new faces. What else can I say about it? We got Julianne Nicholson, who is Sinatra. Sinatra got shot at the end of the season. We'll see what happened to her.
Incredible.
Nicole Bloom is Jane. Everybody loves to hate Jane, but Jane is really a sweet and lovely woman, so please don't hate her in real life.
Is it Nintendo Wii?
Yeah, the Wii.
Yeah.
The Wii.
The Wii. That's the key thing.
Yeah, my kids are there, but it's like to see the difference between how the past 3 years has been lived by people who didn't have the means and resources and planning versus us who have been in the bunker is going to be
Will the music be just as amazing?
Yes.
You know, I downloaded the whole playlist.
Day
It's so good. My husband and I are obsessed with it. And the last thing that I have to tell the way you guys did the episode where the disaster happens
107
was one of the best disaster things I've ever seen on television or movies. I mean, first off, it wrecked me. I'm currently I'm like 8 months postpartum, so I'm emotional with all things children related.
Yes.
I was bawling on my couch. I was like, I can't.
Man, you just had
I can't.
I'm sorry. You wearing this? You just had a baby 8 months ago?
Stop.
Girl, you better curse
No, you look
forget
amazing.
to, you know?
Calisthenics, huh? Yeah. I see the pull-ups. I see.
The gun shows in
The
full
gun
effect.
shows, yeah.
Thank you so much. Really,
Thank
this is so
you.
exciting
This
to
is
sit
awesome
down with
for
you.
us.
This show was
Yeah.
amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you
And
so much.
I can't wait for, all the things we know you're working on, but also huge things from you. You were really incredible.
Thank
So,
you very much. I
yeah,
really appreciate
it's
that.
great to see.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Really, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.